9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, y'all? Happy Monday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and we are doing WWT Live, where we do all the news and all the latest things that are happening in the wrestling world. Let me know where you are hailing from, what city, what state, all of that good stuff, because the super chats are open. Now you're asking, what does she mean by the super chats are open? For $2 or more, you can donate to WWT Live, and you can ask us whatever questions is on your mind. You know, like what the mayor does in his off time, you know, what if you really smell what the honey pot is cooking, all the things, we'll do that. Also, too, a lot of pay-per-views coming up. NordVPN, you need it. I have it, you need it. That means you need to hit that code. So it's WWT, you get 75% off on NordVPN. Now, y'all might be thinking I'm by myself. I am not. The PR princess herself, Courtney Rice, is in the building. How are you doing?
Happy Monday. Watch Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody in the Pacific Northwest was celebrating yesterday, but you know, they had a good year. They won their second trophy, but also football season's over and can relax off season, but just a lot of wrestling that happened over the weekend between everything that's happening. Of course, a friend of wrestling, Bad Bunny, performed yesterday. So congratulations. And we will talk about him throughout the show.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how we saw him wrestling, 2 or 3 years ago? And
yeah, in Puerto Rico.
I knew he was a star, but no. But yeah, it was definitely crazy. Shout out to Antonio, hailing from Raleigh, North Carolina. Obviously, of our producer from the future, Dylan, out in Australia. Lewis Johnson, Eric. Thank you guys all for joining. I mean, I think we knew that this was going to happen. That, you know, we knew that Bad Bunny was going to have a great performance, but we also knew that Lola Vice and Mr. Igana captured the AAA World Mixed Tag Team titles yesterday, 2-7, right?
Yeah,
no, 2 days on Saturday.
Saturday.
I think we saw that this was going to happen, right?
Sooner than you think. So just a little backstory. Chelsea Green could not compete because she was suffering an injury she had on Friday Night SmackDown. So she was on the phone with her tag team partner, Ethan Page, and they had to get a temporary partner for Ethan Page. So it kind of knew it was going to happen since Lola Vice has been popping in AAA. She teamed up with Mr. Iguana, so that's like nothing new as well. So it's really nice to see that happening. But kudos to her for actually getting some gold finally, even though it's on NXT.
Finally.
But it's still gold. So congratulations to her.
Yeah, I wonder what the mayor has to say about this. I mean, obviously that's one of his clients, but I think maybe the long-term game plan for Lola, like, I wonder if this is what there was planned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always interesting to see, like, this is what happened, but this is what, you know, you could talk to the people behind the scenes, like what the actual plan was. Like, was this always the plan, or is this, you know, was there a couple sidetracks?
It's the interesting part about it because she has been popping up for AAA, so I don't even know what the plan was, but it's going to be very curious. I mean, she has put a lot of work in. I mean, it sucks she's not in the NXT women's title picture as of right now, but
right.
It's still gold because obviously we know how Mr. Iguana, he's now starting to be popular, and we'll probably see her a lot more on AAA more than NXT.
Very true, very true. Something that we might not see more of is watch along. So details on WrestleMania 42 watch along restrictions in Las Vegas establishments. And I mean, I had a very, I don't think I can say who it was, but I had a very spirited conversation with somebody, a wrestling person in the Bahamas, and they were just kind of talking on, you know, WWE and Endeavor and all the things. And I am not surprised by this. You know, you want to, if you can control the restrictions, you can funnel people into certain directions, whether it's the venue itself or certain, you know, WWE approved venues for watch alongs. now you're controlling who gets to make money and where. And then I guess maybe you have to pay for that too. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this?
It's very interesting, but at the same time, I'm not surprised by it, because with the fact they should know, I'm not going to put the blame on Triple H, like whoever's in charge of internal, whether it's WWE or TKO or whoever, because you should know a lot of bars, that's how they get most of their money. I mean, granted, you have big sports weekend with Super Bowl, the NBA finals, hockey, all that stuff. But when WrestleMania comes to your town, it is one of the biggest spectacles of wrestling. And that should be an opportunity, especially not just the big bars, but the small bars, the ones that are devoted to wrestling. That's how most of the time they make their money. So even if they pay the licensing fees, they're still not going to get it, which obviously that's going to suck. And also that leaves a lot of questions, because it's like, what restrictions do they have? What's the approval? It's kind of like how it is in media, like before they kind of shut down all the post conferences where they brought in influencers who had the best views and don't know anything about wrestling. It's kind of similar to that, but I mean, hey, I mean, that's part of it, true, but I don't know. It's really interesting and intriguing. This is a story that's going to develop probably leading up to WrestleMania. Not sure, but I don't blame some bars not being happy, because most of that's their income, and also they want to devote like any brunch specials or dinner specials or whatever specials that they have, and especially towards the main event. So
yeah, it's yeah, we're gonna see how it pans out. It is interesting, because I wonder who's making these decisions. Like, I honestly think, is there a return on our ROI, or return on investment, is how whoever's making these decisions, that's how they're that's the guiding light. Because, if a bar has a watch along, yes, you have those licensing fees, but, thinking of the people and the food that's spent and, all that stuff, like WWE doesn't get a piece of that, or should they? It's the same thing with, the media coming in. That wasn't for WWE. That was for, us. So, they're not getting a piece of, the YouTube views or whatever. So, I think the guiding light, it seems to be, is there a return on our investment? If not, then we don't need it. So
that's why some of the other wrestling promotions like TNA, AEW, even Ring of Honor, this could be a good opportunity for them, because if WWE ain't, I don't know if they're doing it for just WrestleMania or throughout the year, this could be a good opportunity for them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We're also going to see what happens with Braun Breaker. He underwent surgery for sports hernia the other day. Man, surgery, athletic surgeries are no joke. And coming back from it, I mean, I'm sure you guys talked about it on Friday, Big E retiring, but coming back from it is, a whole nother thing in itself. So how do you think, when he does return to WWE, how do you think Braun is going to play this out?
Dylan, I wasn't going to say WrestleMania, maybe all in Wembley Stadium. I don't know about WrestleMania though, but they could do whatever. But for Braun Breaker, hernias are no joke. Well, actually any type of surgery, most specifically a hernia, is no joke. It's going to be very interesting with Braun Breaker, because we saw him get eliminated early in the Royal Rumble match, and then we saw him leave the building last week on Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be very interesting how this is going to pan out, because we know who CM Punk is going to face at WrestleMania. Not sure how longevity is going to be, because people in the back of WWE are very high on Braun Breaker. So they really want to keep him somewhere in the WrestleMania. I'm not sure where is he going to fit in that picture, but world title picture. But I'm pretty sure he'll probably get involved some way or some forth. I don't know what the Vision's plans are going to be, but he is going to be a huge part. It's just pretty much seeing like what's going to happen there. So I don't know. It's going to be very with Braun Breaker, because I know people do see him as a person that can fit on like the main event title stage. Because I know you guys were talking about it last week when I was here with Will not really I don't want to say investing, but creating newer stars, because it's like you have to depend on Roman, you have to depend on CM Punk, you have to depend on Seth, you have to depend on some other superstars that you go to, and not giving the other stars a chance to really shine and grow and learn from the veterans. So, and Braun Breaker's one of them. And I know Will mentioned last week, Braun Breaker should have won the world title on the first Monday of Raw, but I don't know. But I think for some odd reason, he is going to be a part of WrestleMania. It's just depending how long he's going to be out for. And also Monday Night Raw, it's going to be very interesting because you lose Braun Breaker. And yes, you have your other top stars. But and LA Knight just came back. And also, and I said this last week, Finn Balor needs to be on his own for a singles run. I don't need him to be with the Judgment Day. He needs to be on a singles run.
But do you think he should be out of the Judgment Day completely, or more just like, I'm going on a singles run, like we still homies?
He needs to be out of the Judgment Day. It's really out of that point, because honestly, after watching that match with CM Punk in Dublin, it's like that's the reason I was interested in Finn Balor. When I saw him at SummerSlam winning the title against Seth, even though he got injured the next day, that's who I want to see in the main event run. I need him to go in there. And plus, he's going to face off against Dom anyway for the Intercontinental title. Because if there's anybody else that could do it, it's Finn. And they teasing it. They're building it for almost a year and a half, 2 years and a half.
We'll see what happens. Dylan is calling for it. He needs that Raw preview. So what you got for us?
So Monday Night Raw, we're on the road to WrestleMania, obviously. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. We have because most of it's from last week, we have the WWE Tag Team Championships. American Alpha finally getting an opportunity. Otis and Tozawa taking on the Usos for the Tag Team Championships. And we're also going to have this anticipated match, Natty, the low-key legend, taking on Maxine Dupree one-on-one, and you could expect a lot of physicality between these two ladies. And also, we did get the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches, and we just got them courtesy of WWE socials because they posted it. For the men's side, they have Penta, LA Knight, and Austin Theory competing in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And for the women's, it's going to be Lyra Valkyria taking on Rhea Ripley, taking on Ivy Nile. All this and more happening tonight at the top of the hour on Monday Night Raw on Netflix at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's going to be crazy. I am looking forward to that Natty match. How do you think that's going to play out on Maxie Dupree?
I feel like that's going to end in a no contest. For some odd reason, I feel like there's so much story to tell with them. It's going to pretty much, there's going to be a lot of physicalness, but I feel like it's going to end in a no contest because I feel these ladies are out for blood. This is not like your typical match or anything. Natty Neidhart is here. I'm not sure if she's going to use her theme song that she uses when she was at Bloodsport, NWA, because of licensing issues or whatever the reason is. But it's going to be a lot of physicality with those two ladies. I'm very interested, and I'm happy Otis and Tozawa are finally getting a taste of tag team title opportunity because they've been a tag team for months. I don't know why they did not get into the picture, but we're definitely going to see them against the Usos. And I know Jay was having a little bit of fun with Otis, but I was happy Otis was showing a lot of seriousness because he wants those tag team titles and having a serious contender because the New Day and Usos have already been done. Not doing much with the War Raiders. So at least you can do something with American Alpha and at least really put them on that level. Also for the qualifying match, and it sucks because I really want Lyra Valkyria to advance. But when I found out Rhea Ripley was in the match, I was like, oh boy. Because I really wanted.
That's all you can do is breathe and shake your head, like.
I just really wanted Lyra to advance, but then when I saw Rhea, I'm like, okay, I understand why.
Another thing that we can understand why. So AEW is bringing back its pay-per-view to New York. Double or Nothing is scheduled for the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. Because I think they had that there before, or they had a pay-per-view there before, right? Not
in Queens. They had it at Arthur Ashe Stadium and that was in New York, but I think it was near Long Island, New York.
Okay.
This is courtesy of Andrew Zarian, who works for Fightful. He apparently, it's allegedly, because it's not official, but he's reporting it that Double or Nothing will be in New York. But this is actually nice with the fact Double or Nothing is actually one of AEW's signature pay-per-views.
Yep.
And also it's a great opportunity to really in New York. Very curious on how the road's going to look like. I don't have a crystal ball in my head because we know Dynasty's in Canada, but it's going to be very interesting because since we're kind of on the road to Revolution, I just hope it would be nice to insert some people who are from New York, like Eddie Kingston just came back and he's from Yonkers, but it would be nice to include him on the card. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Big Bill on TV for consecutive weeks, which that's really impressive. Big Bill, and he's from Queens, New York. And since we found out with Hook, he's now the leader of the ops since Samoa Joe was injured. He's on the sideline now, but he's also from New York. So it's going to be very interesting on how that's going to play out. And obviously, of course, that'll conclude with the Owen Hart Cup tournament, men's and women's.
Yeah, I kind of missed when they had it in Vegas. And I think it was either Joseph or Dylan that pointed it out. I mean, obviously we have Mania in Vegas now. But I wonder if the reason AEW is not going back to Vegas is because of the relationship that Vegas currently has with WWE. Because I don't think we didn't have a Vegas AEW show last year.
No, it was in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice.
We'll see.
And I think it's nice that they're traveling to other cities. That's not Vegas. I mean, that's good for them. They get to travel to other markets they've probably never been before. So that's a win-win for them. It's not like a loss, but at least they're traveling to like different cities that they've never been in.
Now a big win, and I was at a Super Bowl party, but I didn't watch the Super Bowl, and that's a whole nother story in itself. But a big win to Bad Bunny. Had a great Super Bowl halftime show. You know, I mean, I the clips I did see, they looked amazing. So what did you think of it?
I actually did enjoy it. I mean, obviously, we know a Bad Bunny because he wrestled in like WrestleMania. He wrestled at Backlash in Puerto Rico. And a lot of people, they did. I mean, I knew he was a music artist, but a lot of people don't know the music, which I get it. But it's nice to have the different culture. And I found out he's actually the first solo Latin artist to perform at a Super Bowl. I mean, obviously we had Shakira and Jennifer Lopez together, but on their own, Bad Bunny. But it was nice. But it was nice that we took a time travel to his culture, especially Puerto Rico. And it was very nice that he included a lot of things. I was very surprised that Lady Gaga came in. I was actually super surprised to see Ricky Martin because I was like, I haven't seen Ricky Martin on my TV for years. And seeing him, it was just like, that was the icing on the cake. But also really creating not just his vision, but including everything that's been happening. Because even though everything's just been crazy right now, it's nice to see him. And also with the fact, too, the week before that, he won a Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Because he was the first Latin artist since Carlos Santana in 2000 to win the Grammy for the big one. So that was really a nice 2 weeks for him. And I did enjoy it. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I did enjoy the music. I did enjoy the culture for him, giving that opportunity. And also MDB, just for the record, Lady Gaga may not be Puerto Rican. She is Italian. And also Bad Bunny was the one that invited her to be part of the performance. Because that's his call. But I enjoyed the performance, and also that's what it is when it comes to the Super Bowl. I mean, a lot of times people have it interesting for the Super Bowl, and I get people complain about the Super Bowl, but come on now. You did the same thing about Shakira and J-Lo. You did the same thing when Prince performed. You said the same thing about Usher. It's always every year. They always have a performance, but he delivered a great performance. I was happy he brought his culture to life and really bring a lot of inclusivity to that.
Yeah. It's I like I said, I didn't get to watch the performance, but I've been following Bad Bunny for a minute, and you know, it's just the diversity of it. That's what makes you know, America America. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But definitely, like, you know, congrats. How do you start as a bagger at a grocery store, and now you're one of the, you know, biggest superstars in the world currently? Like, you know, dreaming and putting that together is what he's about. So congratulations to him for that, for sure. I'm wondering now, I mean, obviously we don't necessarily have to talk about the backlash of it, but I wonder now who's going to be the next uh, person up for the halftime show, since there was such a, you know, backlash to having Bad Bunny. Who the
I
be
don't
the
even
next
know.
candidate?
I don't even know, because at this point, it's like whoever they pick, it's like people are going to complain anyway. Everybody's like, well, how come Metallica can't do it? I'm like, Metallica has been declining for years. People don't know that. They've been declining it for
Yeah,
years.
they
They're
don't
not
pay a
going
lot of
to
money. The halftime series doesn't pay a lot of money
They
either.
don't. It's like, come on. I mean, they've been declining for years. They've been trying to get Taylor Swift to do it. She declined it a few times as well. So it's not like, you know.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet, given the production value of what he did, he probably lost money.
That's always the
I don't think
case.
I don't think he gained money from that, because I don't see the Super Bowl or anybody like saying, okay, we're gonna pay you this amount and then this amount for production. I feel like it's a encompassing amount, and you know, the production value that he did was, you know, it looked amazing. So um Kofi Kingston, speaking of Super Bowl, so he thanks Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. There were quite a few WWE stars there for the free tickets to the Super Bowl. Because I think Logan Paul was there as well.
Yes.
I'm surprised that I mean, she's probably way along as far as pregnant, but I know in that city, the Usos and Naomi, they freaking that place as well. So, but yeah, I mean, first off, how do you secure tickets to the Super Bowl? That's the stuff I want to know. Like, I know he does the show, the sports show, but
Mm-hmm.
like, how did we navigate this? Like, how did that happen? And you know, I'm sure he's not gonna tell the story, but congratulations to them nonetheless.
Yes, it was very nice. Obviously, Seth and Kane and I talked about this last week. Seth was there for Media Week all this week, obviously for Good Morning Football. We did see him with that interaction with MJF,
Mm-hmm.
which that was like the forbidden door, which was very nice to see. Also, as you mentioned, not only those guys were there. I mean, obviously Logan Paul was there for obvious reasons. We also got to see a few AEW stars that were there: Swerve Strickland, Darby Allin, and the super chats alert.
Super chats, thank you. Oh wow, Dylan, happy birthday, MDB. Happy birthday. And you know, for the super chat, you can ask us questions if you so desire. But with that being said, happy birthday, MDB. And his one wish was to watch WWT live.
Had to play that noise for the super chat.
So yeah, yeah, and you're right, Dylan. Clearly, or I think it's MDB. Clearly, it's on a list. I miss those lists. But yeah, I think that's all we have for today. Is a short day leading into the week. So kind of a good way to end it off, saying happy birthday to MDB. Or did we miss anything?
Yes, regarding one of the tag teams from Natural Disasters, because he just had, well, he's been hospitalized for 30 days after his gallbladder exploded inside of him. Fred Oatman, he was one half of Natural Disasters, but he says he's been doing okay, but something happened and they kept it on the down low. He went on to reveal that his gallbladder exploded inside of him and it released a bunch of poison into his body. He says he's been on his back for 30 days, but the doctors and surgeons have been amazing. He said that he had a major infection and that if he would have waited one more day, he likely would have died. He says he lost a lot of muscle mass and different things, and that it's been a brutal fight. But he's learning how to walk again, and it's been a fight, and he's not out of the woods yet. He's said to be released on Monday afternoon, while he'll continue to work to get better.
Yeah, sending speedy recovery to him. That's man, that is insane. Also, no great segue. The councilman, welcome.
I was about to hear, speaking of insane, I'm like, she ain't got it.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like going off of, I don't even know how many hours of sleep I've got. Not a lot, so I'm like, my body's like, we can't help you. We can't help you here. And you made it just in time for us to finish the show. So I don't know if there's any things that you want to talk about before we get out of here.
You have a match you're interested on.
It's just 30 minutes on Monday. Wow.
Well, is there something? Well, is there something in particular you're interested on Raw? We have the tag team titles. We have Natty versus Maxine. We have the qualifier matches. For the men's one, we have Penta versus LA Knight versus Austin Theory. And for the women's, we have Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile.
My only question is, so when we gonna stop this? You on Raw and you on SmackDown? when we just done with that and everybody can go everywhere? Because like at this point, what are we doing? So like LA Knight wins and he goes for the WWE title, or is it y'all just doing this because someone from SmackDown's go get it? Like, how does this work?
I don't know how this is gonna work this year.
Like, just let everybody go where they want to go. Like how you got my client over, just do that. Because I don't get it. Like it don't. Like I thought it was gonna be all SmackDown people, and it's not. So it's just like, what are we doing? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
You think they're gonna figure it out before Mania?
Yeah, somebody for SmackDown gonna win. Unless they trading somebody that's on Raw for somebody that's on SmackDown. That's the only thing I can think of. But I'm more interested in seeing Natty tap out scene. AKA
you're more interested in Natty tap out?
No, tap Maxine out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I want to see her put Max to sleep. Like snooze.
Yeah, Maxine to sleep.
Get the Sealy Posturepedic pillow and just good night.
Maxine Dupree, from where she started to where she is now, the evolution of her character, and I'll be really curious where she's going to end up in the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know about y'all, but definitely unexpected in a good way. So, definitely kudos to her.
Hey man, when you tell a blonde white girl she is mid, she will do the extraordinary to make sure she is not that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Liv. Shout out to Maxine, though, man. But that's it. Yeah, you must have didn't find no news today, TK.
I did. Actually, I did.
I was like, which one of y'all just was like, because this is very short. You was like, we finna get up out of here. I'm like,
well, I found 8, but I wanted to get your quick thoughts. Well, did you watch the Super Bowl or did you watch the halftime show yesterday?
Yeah, I watched sports.
Well, did you have any thoughts regarding Bad Bunny yesterday?
Y'all know he did. He did it. Like everybody that said everything about him. Like he know he did his thing. Shout out to him. Like the trees were people. Like need you say more? The trees were people. And Donald Trump's concert only had 5 million views compared to 187 million views for Bad Bunny. Well, I just want to know which was more American. I think the Super Bowl showed y'all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was cool. Sports was good. I didn't see nobody shooting no 3-pointers in this game, so that was amazing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, normally they go to like the goal line and they got to shoot when they get a foul, but I didn't see any of that when I was watching. I was like, yo, this must be new or something like that. This must be different. But Patriots got their kneecaps blown out.
Yeah, congratulations to the Seahawks. They got
I
a
guess.
second. Super Bowl.
I will say I fell asleep third quarter. Like third quarter, like I took a nap.
Yeah, because there's no movement. It was
Fourth
not
quarter.
an exciting game at all.
It was
Fourth
not.
quarter was exciting. The last quarter was exciting.
That was about it. I think that was the quickest like time I've left a party. Like when that shit, I probably left faster than Cardi B left the Super Bowl. If I'm being honest, I left that party way quicker than her. Yo, there's this meme. Yo, this is how you know the internet ain't shit. Like, I don't know if y'all ever saw. Did y'all ever see Fast and the Furious, the first one with Ja Rule?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all remember the part after he lost the race? And he say, "Hey, Monica, what up? Oh, what's wrong with you, nigga? You didn't win." And everybody in the back said, "Ooh." That was Cardi B and stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
but
yo,
they're
man.
still together though, right?
Who knows? And honestly, who cares? Get out the people business, man. Focus on her doing music and him, trying to get back to the NFL finals. Like, let them do them. Yeah. Also, Courtney, where's Anna J been?
She actually took a photo with Charlotte and Harley Cameron over the weekend at Super Bowl weekend.
Well, just curious. I'm just curious.
I mean, that's the last time. I know a lot of AEW stars actually did media work last week during Super Bowl week.
Speaking of which, TK, because you all about the money, I have a segment that I'm gonna bring over here that I just want to ask you. Matter of fact, probably just the two of y'all specifically. I might ask Kay when he on here. I don't know. I'm going to name a wrestler, and you tell me, TK, money wise, what their year gonna look like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Courtney, I'm gonna let you pick the superstar in WWE.
Who money wise?
No, just name a wrestler. Just name a wrestler off the top of your head.
We were just talking about him tonight. LA Knight. We were just talking about him.
TK, the money. What could LA Knight's year look like? Prediction.
Well, he has been doing the commercials, like the Step in the Slim Jim commercials, which is a telltale sign that mainstream media can get behind him. But there's something I can't put my finger on that's either missing or not getting written or positioning wise. It's very small. Like he's there. He has like pretty much anybody who could talk on the mic and relate to people. And now people have your catchphrases in their mouth. That's a good sign. So money wise, I think he'll be. I think he's already in a good position. But money wise, I think he'll be good. There's just something. It's like to get to the ultimate level, like the John Cena's, the Roman Reigns, all this other stuff. It's like lightning in a bottle. You can't predict any of the stuff. It's just certain things have to happen and everything has to align. So it just is a matter of, who's doing the writing and timing and where we are in society. But he's definitely above most. So money wise, he's good.
Courtney, PR wise, what could be done to make LA Knight go from slightly undesirable to magnificently undeniable?
Well, one, Honey actually put a point in because she said this months ago he needs to be on booking.com on the commercials, number one, because they keep saying, yeah, that should be number one. And number two, I would like to see him do movie crossover. I mean, you're doing it with Roman, you're doing it with CM Punk, you just did it with Cody. Why not he be able to do some TV shows? especially since if he's on Netflix, I'm sure there's a lot of shows he can make guest appearance on Netflix that he can't.
There y'all have it. I just wanted this to stretch to 30 minutes, so it wouldn't look like did they accidentally not go live and didn't know?
Where can everybody find you, Will?
Man, you can find me here on WWT. Now that it's just 30 minutes, I know to be here and whatnot, because of course people got to go take naps and walk their dog and stuff like that. So hey, this her ship. This her ship though. This is her ship though.
Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's an hour and a half. Like
I never, since I've been here, seeing it at 30. Ever.
There has been a 30. It doesn't happen.
It was
often.
usually 40 or 50 minutes since I've been on here. It's usually 40, 50.
That is not that ain't the same. Don't do that. That's not the same. Courtney just named a whole other time. She was like, yeah, like that. No.
30,
40
40.
and 50 is way different than 30. 50 is a short. That's a short
Happy
film. That's
birthday, MDB. Courtney, where can everybody find you?
The people can always find me chirping periodically on WWT. I will not be on WWT for Wednesday and Friday, but you will get a watch along for AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. And since it's Valentine's Day and the spirit of love all over the world, I'm going to give you a watch along for Grand Slam Australia this weekend. Because after seeing the card this weekend, I'm going to do a watch along in Australia. So get ready for that. Also, make sure to follow me on my socials on @CourtneyNJ11. A lot of content happening. Always to be doing something, but also make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling, because this Friday it's Girl Power Pro Wrestling 3. If you live in New Jersey, you love independent wrestling, you love women's wrestling, feel free to come out on Friday. It's going to be super, super fun. Also on the announcements, they did 80s Wrestling Con over the weekend, but they are going to do another one in May. So if you missed this past weekend, you get an opportunity to do it in May when it's warmer weather. So feel free to follow my socials. Feel free to follow ISPW socials. And we have a lot of stuff happening on WWT. Lots of stuff.
Yep. There it is. I too will be out Wednesday and Friday. If you are in Barbados, come say what up. Mark Henry and ACW will be having a show there, so I will be out there. So I will not be on WWT. However, you can follow me on all social media platforms at TK Trinidad. Also check out my TikTok. I have some crazy stories on that. So you can check out all my social media platforms. Make sure you check out Women's Wrestling Talk as well, as we are plugging along. There have been some minor hiccups, but we're plugging along with the archive. This has been a passion project for me for years, so it's going to get done by hook or by crook. So definitely support Women's Wrestling Archive in that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk. The number one.
Also, TK is out here dropping thirst traps.
Yeah.
Her students remember it's Valentine's Day this Saturday. I see what you're doing. I'll be curious to see these. See, she's not gonna be here, so we can't be like, yo, can we get a peek at all the presents that's in the back? Like, show us the room of flowers that got sent to you. You ain't slick. I see what you're doing out here. Like, oh, now this week they put this out where she just styling and profiling. This why Cedric be talking about we need to do TK for love. This is why.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. WWT.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.